It's way too early for the fake. This that real game for real bros. No decaf, no cap. Welcome to Shogun Bros, no decaf. Live every weekday, 6:30 in the morning, Central Time. Did you hear what I said? Central Time. We talk dogs, bloodline building to yard work, from stud talk to the truth behind the pups. This ain't no highlight reel. It's how you really build legacy. Shogun Bros, no decaf. Pull up, pull up, handle yours. This ain't just content. It's culture. Welcome to the Cookout with TOYO, where family vibes meet front porch truth. No scripts, no filters, just heart, heat, and hot plates. Ooh. Step up with elevated perspective, with elevated game for grown men and women building mind, spirit, and vision. And men at work with pimps over simps. Choice. Real convos, no cap, all purpose for the men behind the mission. 3 shows, 1 network, all gas, no decaf. Put no creamer in my man. Look, Shogun Unlimited, man. Press play and get, man. Come on, press play, press play.
Hey man, I got a problem with the intro, bro. I got a problem with the intro. I'm coming. Toyo. I don't mean to be starting fights in the Cookout, Toyo, but I'm starting fights in the Cookout. What he mean 3 shows? What he mean 3 shows? 4 shows.
He let me find out. Pimps need to work on his math, man.
Yeah, that's all I'm trying to say, man. What y'all trying to say, cuz? That's my first cousin. What you trying to say? I'm done whining. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Oh shit. Salute. They in the building.
Yeah, they in here, bro. They in here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I dropped the link already too.
Okay, that's what's up. Let me see who in here. Let me see if I can see who in here. Salute to everybody in here. Salute the queen, of course. Salute. Dog Man TV. Salute. My bulldog brother Dickie, of course. Salute. Big Wells. Salute. Wells Walker. Salute. Salute the King. King T. Get him.
Salute. King T.
Quick FC. Salute. SFL. You already know. Salute, bro. All right. I brung some I heard Dre say he got the chips and shit. We got a variety of chips here today. I got for the drink, Big A, I brought some liqueur today. I got some amaretto mixed up with some orange juice and some shit. Boom, boom, boom. I got some rockfish today. Some rockfish for us though. Some stuff with some crab meat and shrimp. You know what I mean? Fucking still on some seafood and shit. Feel me? He said, yeah, where the link at? Yeah, he dropped the link.
Supreme. No, I forgot to hit send. This here. It's coming right now.
Yes, sir. Everything been going, Big A?
Man, it's been going good, bro. It's been going good, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
They boy Jinx. No, I'm the one today that bought drinks, non-alcoholic. Your liver will thank me later. No, that's right.
Appreciate it.
Stew for life. Got some Impossible burgers. Okay.
They actually pretty good. Those are actually really good.
Okay, well you could go ahead and eat them with Stew for life.
No. I ain't doing it. I ain't going. I'm not going.
Salute though. Salute.
Well.
Yeah. Oh man. Supreme, what you bring today? Bro?
I got some motherfucking boysenberry creme brulee for dessert, goddamn.
Oh, okay. Ain't nobody bring no pies and shit. That's what's up. We need a little dessert around here. I ain't tried it. Stu was like, shit, I ain't tried it yet.
Bro, you gonna leave me hanging like that, bro? That's insane. That's crazy.
Oh man, that's crazy. And I bought some bug zap lights too, so the flies and shit, gnats and shit won't be fucking with us while we eating and shit.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see what we talk about today. All right. What was that? Oh, okay. Some chicken and waffles. They still bring their food. I like looking at the food they bring. Hold up, chicken and waffles. King T got the chicken and waffles. Yes, sir. Oh yeah, Sister Williams. Is that sister?
Yeah. That's my sister. Yeah.
The new sister. Yay, salute.
Hey, what's happening?
They still talk about the veggie burger. He said, I can't bear false witness to the burger. I'm gonna take your word for it. I know that's right. All right, y'all. Hey, listen. Oh shit, crab cakes. Dorian with the crab cakes. They still bringing in them foods. Yes, sir. I think I was talking about some natural. Well, anyway, if I wasn't, I am today. I was going to throw out some more. You know, I got to throw out a couple facts when they double back and see. You know, Toyo is dropping some facts and shit. All right. Shit. What is this shit? Oh, okay. Some more natural supplements that was used on animals from ancient times. Now, when I tell y'all these names and stuff, don't be going out here and not doing your own research. Do your own research. Don't just go. If I say, you know, some shit, don't just go pick it up and shove it down your dog's mouth and nothing. You do your own research and shit. You know, I'm just throwing out little shit that I done found and whatever, and y'all could do your own research and you could come back and tell us more about it if you want to. Now, one of them is called Ashwagandha. I think I'm pronouncing it right. ASHWAGANDHA. Ashwagandha, I guess. Ashwagandha, aka Indian ginseng. It was used to promote overall health and well-being in the animals. All right. Next, we had yerba mate. Anybody ever heard of any yerba mate? YERBAMATE. Yerba mate.
Yerba mate.
Yes. Stimulates animals and enhances endurance. Yerba mate. YERBA mate. The Mesoamericans in ancient times.
He said you DLV like a motherfucker, boy.
The ancient Mesoamericans used cocoa beans to create a stimulating drink for their dogs. So cocoa. Ancient Mesoamericans used the cocoa beans to create a stimulating drink for their dogs. Ancient Mesoamericans did that.
Coffee for the dogs there.
Sound like that. So the next one would be Guarna. GUARNA. Guarna.
Hey, that sounded like some cocaine for the dogs, man.
Oh yeah, they had that too, but I just didn't put that. I didn't want to say that to y'all or nothing like that. But like y'all look it up, y'all see they had they had the coke. They get straight to it. Like yeah, they give them coke too. But, yeah, you gotta look that shit up yourself though. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I mean, you know, them dogs was working in ancient times. They ain't had no time to play with them. They gave them the straight shit. I don't know. But anyway, guarana, a plant in the.
Wait, time about student for life. He talking about cocoa beans like for coffee. Now I don't think he talking chocolate.
They saying yeah, you're right, cocoa beans, but I mean they all related. I don't know. Like I said, do your own research because you know it's a little line right there. That's a good point, Big A. You know what I mean? Because chocolate is, as we know, is poisonous to the dogs and stuff. So, you know, like I said, do your research, y'all. I don't want to kill none of y'all dogs, but it says cocoa. It says cocoa. Okay. Ancient Mesoamericans used cocoa beans to create a stimulating drink for their dogs.
Yeah, because I think it's a difference between cocoa and cacao. I think so.
Yes, sir.
I thought it was the process. I thought it was the process of rendering the chocolate and adding the additives to it that makes it poisonous, not the actual cocoa bean.
Okay, that's what's up.
Okay.
Now we digging in.
There's also cats that I think they ingest them, and then they take the cat's poop and ingest the cocoa beans, and they make a coffee out of it.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. So some of that coffee I'll be drinking is cat poop.
Yeah. My mama, they eat that. It's in the trees. They eat it and they poop it out, and that's like the coffee times a million.
Dang.
What?
No doubt.
So you drink that?
Dre ain't gonna lie to you now.
Student for life said the alkaline. The alkaline. You right, Dre. That's what they say. They talking to you in the chat.
Now, you know how much you gotta pay for a bag of that coffee?
How much?
I don't know. I can't afford it.
It's super expensive. It's considered a delicacy.
I don't
That's why we drink Folgers.
Yeah.
I use a damn espresso machine, and I can't afford the damn that bag, and I use this expensive motherfucker.
All right, that plant called Garner, Guarna. That's a plant in the Amazon forest used to enhance endurance and energy. Garner, Guarna. Y'all can fuck with that too. All right, and there's one more I think I got for y'all. One more. Something called Fo-Ti. F-O with a dash, then capital T-I. Fo-Ti. Chinese herb that was believed to have anti-aging properties and was used to promote overall health and vitality. A Chinese herb that was believed to have anti-aging properties and was used to promote overall health and vitality.
They God was using that themselves. Shit.
Yes, sir. So that was like 1, 2, 3, 4, little 5 little joints for y'all to look up on your own and see what's up.
Why you think the Asians can live so long off a diet that's majority pork?
Talk to him, Supreme. Talk to us.
I think they go harder with the natural herbs and remedies and like what's that doctor that passed on us in Africa?
Dr. CB.
It seems like the Asians they more in tune with the natural like that Fo-Ti. They probably was using that on themselves.
Well, if you want to dig into it now I didn't heard since we talking about it. Now you know when they used to give us the fucked up part of the hog and all that shit, right? When it's in the slavery times, you heard about that. How some of us still like chitlins and pig feet, me myself included, but I ain't bring none to the cookout. So, but anyway, you know, a lot of us in the slave times we ate the bad part of the pig and stuff like that or whatever. Now, if you do your research and you look at all the things that the humans had to ingest at some point in time for a substantial period of time, and you wonder why they didn't have any health issues. Maybe they did, maybe they not, but they seemed like they survived and progressed and wasn't nothing wrong with their diet. It's a belief and a thought that it has to do with energy when you're cooking the food or serving the food, and all that plays a part in how that food affects your body. Who's cooking it? What are your levels? Like what I'm saying is, are you stressed when you're eating all the time? You know, all these things. Are you stressed or you're happy when you're eating? You know, all these things play a point on how the food that you ingest affects your body. Your body is a wonderful thing, so it could take a lot of those things and get what it needs out of it if you're in the right state of mind, or if you're, if you living right. In other words, that's just people's opinion. That's just people's opinion, and you know, different things like that. If you look into stuff like that, what you was ready to say, Supreme?
You be at the kitchen table eating dinner. You be swinging your legs, go to the cubicle shuffle, eating happy as hell.
Hey,
I ain't really hear all of it, but the swinging your legs part was crazy. I could dig.
Hey, so I wanted to chime in on that, Toyo, what you were saying about the environment. and why they call it soul food. So a study was, I'm looking it up now, I can't remember if it was Yale or Purdue. They did a study, and they took 10 kids. They gave 10 of the kids, for 2 weeks, they gave them the most expensive, best food they could give them, but they didn't allow the kids to talk or to play, right? And then they gave the other kids their normal diets from home, right? Like the McDonald's, whatever they have from home, but they allowed them to play and to socialize, to have a good time, right?
Yes.
And there were a lot of kids play games and sports against each other. And the kids that had the social life, that was living happily, outperformed the kids that were happy. Even though these kids are given the best, they get a proper rest at night, the best food they can afford to get these kids. 10 kids that were like you said, was eating the leftovers, the part, just doing a normal thing, was better off because the social construct, we call it soul, but the socialization, whatever you want to call it, however you want to word it, was just as needed for the mind and the cognitive skills.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's real shit, Dre. And you gotta think, like, when you're working with these animals, all this knowledge is good. Because that's why I swear I tell you, we used to back in the day, we was rocking with the old Roy. We was rocking with old Roy, different things that we was making up and all that. So, I could dig it. The environment and the energy around your yard plays a major factor on how that dog temperament is, how that dog's health is, how that dog is, period. The environment, the energies around them, and all that type of stuff. Is he in the house where as though all he hearing is arguing all the time? All the arguing and is he in a bad environment where as though it can affect his attitude? You dig his or her attitude? All these things should be observed and recognized for what they are if you really into these animals, because there's variabilities out here that's playing on all of us, you dig? So if you want the best thing out of it, it's best that you be aware of all these things and get in tune as much as you can. All right, okay, so that was thank y'all for helping me get through that. That was some of my little things. So now I want to talk about some other stuff. So I wanted to know, did y'all hear the latest shit? I want to know if y'all heard this one. I don't know where this happened at, but this just happened recently. A lady walked in on her husband watching some porn, right? She walked in on her husband watching some porn, zapped out on him, killed him. And this was after she killed the man, she cut that nigga shit off and made a stew out that junk. Police found the stew and everything, yo.
Yeah.
What y'all think about that shit? You heard about that, hey?
No.
I ain't hear about that either, bro.
All I can say is, man.
What, you was just eating the glizzy supreme, swinging your legs?
Nah, I'm gonna let bro take the wheel, bro. Take the wheel, big bro. Go ahead. Say what you gonna say, bro.
That nigga Supreme was eating the glizzy, swinging his legs when I said that shit. Yeah, cut that nigga shit off and made a stew out of it. Big A.
Go ahead.
Because he was watching porn. She was hot. He was watching porn. She was hot. You know what I mean? Hey, I just heard about it about 2 days ago. I forgot to tell y'all yesterday about that shit. See if y'all heard about it.
Nah, what state was that in? Was it in Florida?
That's what I did. That's what I don't remember where she was. I don't even know if she was in the U.S. She might have been like, I don't know. You just got, I'm sure if you type in a couple of them words, stew and cut off the man thing, I'm sure it'll pop up in the algorithm or something.
Yeah, man.
Porn, watching porn, woman killed husband, shit like that. You'll find it. Some recent shit.
I can see why a woman would be upset. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you got some women that probably wouldn't be upset. You got new age women out there. That's besides the point. I think we're gonna focus in on the man losing his life, I guess. And man, I wish I could find it, but I know he would have rather died more honorably.
Who, the dude?
Yeah.
No. The thing was the good thing about it was she killed him first. Like, it wasn't, that ain't how she killed him. You know what I mean? She killed him first, and then she just probably, you know, like Skip Bell said, that shit must. She must thought it was the best. She went back and got that joke, made the last dish out that junk. Who knows? But that ain't how he died. She killed him some other way. But she went on. She went on and did that afterwards. You dig what I'm saying?
Man, look here, man. Let me tell you something, bro. And I don't care how I die. You better not have porn tied to my death. I don't care if it's exactly like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna die peacefully in my sleep, man. You know, she mutilated me after that. I ain't die. You know,
you said you don't care how you die, long as there ain't no porn tied to it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's like if a squirrel kill. You don't tell people a squirrel kill. You tell them a piano fell off my head or something, man. You know what I'm saying? Man? It's a way to go out.
Right. I can dig it.
You die by a squirrel. We ain't gonna tell nobody you die by a squirrel. Like, man, that nigga Drake got jumped by Bigfoot. we ain't gonna put the squirrel out there.
Yeah, man. But hey, Big Hill, Big A, and Supreme. Yo, I gotta. Oh no, King T said the stew is banned for cookout. I gotta roll to work, y'all.
yeah, stew. Yeah, all right, Dre, for sure. Right, the stew definitely stew would not be eaten around this cookout for a minute after that shit. Don't even try to bring no stew tomorrow. None this week, none next week, because we it's gonna bring flashback to that. So I don't think nobody want no stew.
Yeah.
All right. Some other interesting stuff that I was looking at. Y'all know anything? Oh, this around your way too, Big A. This around your way too. You might know about this type of stuff. Basically, I didn't know how deep the history of flooding black towns were. You know, like people flood, like, you know, they basically call it what do they call that shit? They call it something when they development induced displacement is what it's called. Development induced displacement. And I ain't really know how serious that thing was, man. They was like it was over 100 drowned American towns. Oh, they drowned like over 100 American towns, and a lot of these towns was black towns that was flourishing post-slavery, like right after slavery, like for instance, one of them was like Lake Lanier in Georgia. Lake Lanier, y'all ever heard of that Lake Lanier in Georgia?
Nah.
Yeah, Lake Lanier in Georgia. They had in 1912. What'd you say, Supreme?
I heard of Lake Minnetonka.
Nah, this joint called Lake Lanier in Georgia, Oscarville. It's a famous lake. It's a thing where, you know, some black people, they used to own that property. Forsyth County, they used to own that property. But it was like I think in 1912 it happened. I think it was 1,000 people, right, in 1912 there, and then they did whatever they did. It went from 1,000 to 0 black people in 1920. So 8 years later, it wasn't no. And they say to this day, like, you know, that part, that Lake Lanier is a big popular attraction and everything for the rich folks and all that type shit. And, you know, they say the town is still under there. So the shit right over the town. So like they was like divers be going down there, like scuba divers be going down there, and they be reporting like, they be like, you could just reach out and sometimes you could feel like an arm or a leg. So, you know, it was old cemeteries down there and everything. You know what I mean? The whole town down there. So it was another place called Coliga, Alabama. Y'all heard of that? Coliga, Alabama or something like that?
Nah.
Coliga, Alabama. First black railroad. A black free man founded it named John Jackson Benson. John Jackson Benson, I think his name was. Lake Martin is the lake I'm talking about. Lake Martin is what it's called. 3,000 acres. He was he was doing this thing. He worked for his freedom and shit. Bought some acres of land, you know, flipped them and stuff like that. He made his own industrial company, Dixie Industrial Company. And basically, they put the squeeze play on him. You know, y'all could just go ahead and look at your history or whatever. You know what I mean? They put the split. First of all, when the war came, I think it kind of hindered his business, the Dixie Industrial Company, because the ports, some type of way they closed the ports down for the shipping or whatever, something. So that kind of affected them. But then they put on a little squeeze play on them, and they made that the Martin Dam, and they they some type of way got rid of them people too, man. You know what I mean? So y'all dig into these places, y'all to find out the whole story. I ain't got time to really tell you the whole story, so I'm just naming the lakes and the areas so you can look at your own story. And it was called The Untold History of Flooding Black Towns, if you're interested in it. It was another one. Y'all know about Central Park, New York, or whatever. It used to be called Seneca Village, New York. York Hill, and that used to be a black community. You know what I mean? So y'all might want to look into that. That used to be a black community. Same thing happened with that. They did that displacement thing there too. You might want to check into that. They was striving over there too, and then they displaced them. Now the one I thought you might know of, Big A, was the Cabinets family. You ever heard of the Cabinets family from Texas? The Cabinet. 1918, Elijah Cabinets, Texas.
Where they by DFW.
What's that?
Dallas Fort Worth area.
Oh, I don't know. They came from somewhere else. They came with the Cabinets family was originally white, I think, and they brought their slaves with them when they transferred from, I think, Oklahoma.
That's what I was about to say, Oklahoma, I think.
Yeah, they came from Oklahoma, and they, started working down there, whatever. In some type of way, the slaves of that family end up, they got a whole story. The Cabinets thing, they supposed to be it's supposed to be very well known down in Texas. So,
I need to look it up. I looked that up though.
Okay. What else it was?
Slaves, not black and white with the last name. When they brought their slaves, what they end up mingling with them, or what?
Oh yeah, I think they was mingling with them and shit like that. But like, I think they did, of course, was having kids with them and shit. But like, you gotta read the story. Big Toyo, you know about redlining, same type of thing. Nah, I haven't heard about that, King T. You want to holler at us about it though? I think the link in the chat. You can come holler at us about it, but I will look it up though. Redlining. Oh, redlining. I did hear about redlining. Redlining. That's like zoning. Is he talking about zoning, Big A? Redlining. That's like zoning, right? Like
I don't know. I'm looking up. I'm looking up the Cabin family right now.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about, King T. I think that's like zoning, like the areas and shit. So redlining is like putting people in different places or some shit. I don't know the ins and out of it. You said American, less than 300 years old.
Discriminatory housing practice in the United States where banks and other financial institutions denied or restricted loans and services to residents of certain neighborhoods, often based on race and ethnicity. This practice primarily implemented during the 1930s and 40s has a lasting impact on urban communities, contributing to segregation of wealth.
Hey, hear me. Most of the time they just got, that was the move on them, flood them out. They ain't getting no money. They was supposed to. They probably offered them the money before the move happened, like some short shit, and they didn't accept it and whatever. And then like they did the thing to them. But like I think a few of them, I think like one or two of them might have got some money. But other than that, and if they got some money, it was some very short shit from what they had built. But for the most part, they didn't want the money. It was some short shit, and the people just used that water shit that they just flooded them out. Flooded them out. All right, now. Also, I ran across. What about y'all heard about the sister named Sarah Rector? Big A, because they supposed to have a Rector house in St. Louis somewhere. I mean, in Missouri somewhere. I think Sarah Rector. She used to be the richest woman in the United States. Black girl. She was like 12 years old. She was the richest in the United States. 1902, Taft, Oklahoma. She was so rich they tried to declare her the Oklahoma legislator tried to declare her to claim her to be white. That's how they wanted to claim her. She had so much money. Basically, they left her some land like 100 and some acres. I think her peoples left her some land like 100 and some acres. She was like 12 or something years old. And the land was supposed to be burned land, like unusable land and shit like that. But shit, they struck oil on that junk. They struck oil on her land. So it was on and popping after that. She ended up moving to I think she moved to Texas, but she bought a big house in Missouri. And they said the house is still there to this day on the corner called the Rector House. I thought you might have known about that too, Big A.
Man, Big A, he putting pressure on you, ain't he?
No. Big A be knowing some shit. Those in his areas, that's all. Well said. DC, Maryland, Virginia was all one land also. Yeah, stories about that shit too.
Yeah, I'm sitting there talking, and I'm on mute. I was sitting there looking up Sarah Rector as you said it. She from Kansas City. It's Kansas City, not St. Louis. But I did know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
These things that you said, most of them I don't know about. So this is good. This is good conversation, man. I'm trying to look this stuff up as you said.
Yes, sir.
It say she struck oil.
Yeah, they struck oil on her land and shit. That's where, because the land was supposed to be burning shit. When she struck that oil shit, she was on and popping. Then her and her kids, they rolled out. I think they rolled out or whatever. But it was, she got a whole story. They did her kind of dirty too.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get into this like in detail. You know, you going through all this. I got a list now. We could go through this whole thing one day.
This seemed like back in the day, it was easier to do motherfuckers dirty because it was like back in the day, you could. I mean, in today's time, you could make up a bill and have it passed nationwide instantly. But shit, back then. How quick was it to make up a bill? Or, you know, so they probably was doing this shit just as quick. It wasn't. They had to spread the news by pigeon or horseback back then. But it got spread.
Yeah.
So you know.
Salute, King T. I see you. I heard you, bro. No problem. I heard you.
Nah, you on to something, Big Hill, man. You on to something, man. Yeah.
What's new in y'all world? What y'all done picked up on? Anything interesting since the last time I talked to y'all?
Nah, not necessarily, man. I'm about to start getting on a little different routine where I have some time to really dive into these current events, man, so I can stay up. I've been out the loop for about 2 months now, man. I usually be in the loop on a regular basis, man, but I'm about to catch up.
Hey, Welsh, you got to come up here and explain that, bro, because I've been hearing a lot of that. I've been hearing a lot of that lately out there in the conscious community, like the back and forth about the slave story and it's not true and all that type shit. You know what I mean? Like, drop the link. He said, drop the link.
Yeah. So
I'm listening. I just want to listen. Like, I want to listen and understand what they talking about, because I have been hearing this lately. Like, that wasn't true. The slaves wasn't true. Some other shit. I don't know what the fuck going on, but like, school is in.
It's true, but it ain't like they say it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we were here before that, you know. It's some truth to it, but it's not. No.
Us being here before that, I definitely smell that. But that don't erase that whole situation they talking about. That still could have happened, right? That still could have happened though, right?
Yeah.
So I want to know Why are they saying it didn't happen though? Like, why are they saying it didn't happen? Like, they got, school us in. I just want to know why they say it didn't happen. School us in, Welsh.
Well, first of all, you got to remember it was to throw everybody off. But if I don't know who all in here ever been on a cruise ship at certain places, or anybody in the chat that might have served in the Navy, or anybody that worked on fishing boats across the sea. Anybody that's in these categories, most of those people were the first people to speak out about that story. Because when you cross in certain seas, you know that a wooden vessel cannot cross those seas because they fold in steel ships like pretzels, bro. So how is a wooden ship gonna get across it if a steel built ship can't get across it? Number one, let's just think with common sense here. Number two, I'm gonna just tell you from my family perspective. My family was never slaves. I don't say too much over here, but my family actually used to hang white folks back in the day in North and South Carolina. We don't have no slavery in our family. I can show you generations on generations on generations on generations, especially on my Jamaican side. So coming up as a child, I was always big into history. And I started to put certain things together, and the certain shit that my grandmother used to tell me that didn't make sense until I got into my 20s. And when you look at the oldest fossils just here in America, I'm just going to talk about America. When you look at the oldest fossils just here in America, the oldest ones are melanated. So if the oldest fossils are melanated, that means that was already here. Mind you, the dates go past the slavery dates. Not only that, if you look up the whole story that they mainly give you about Black people, none of the dates add up to what they give you. Because if you follow the 12-month calendar, that was the whole trick to get y'all to believe the whole story about it.
So what was the purpose of the trick? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, check this, but I mean,
it's called it's prisoners of war, bro. They keep telling you what it is, but people saying it's slavery. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you turned into a slave in your own country, but you're really a prisoner of war. Just like if Russia was to go back and take over Ukraine, even though all of that shit is one land, but if Russia take over Ukraine and those people become Russian again, they're prisoners of war. And anybody in the military should understand that concept. It's really not that hard.
Okay.
Yeah, so they got
Dog,
this
hold
thing.
up, Dog Man said we've been crossing them oceans in wooden boats 100 years before slavery. So here we go. So them wooden boats have been made it a couple times.
No. Let me correct you on it. Go back and go look from the location that they said that they brought people from to here and look up those waters. We ain't talking about no short trip. I don't think y'all really know these distances between these places and these type of waters.
I think them older back in the day, if you speaking on the ancient civilizations that did take off on boat back in the day, I think that they stayed closer to shore.
Everything I'm telling you is out there, bro. But you have to be able to travel to see it. If you can't, certain things you have to travel to see. Certain things you can see because of the internet. That's just like when y'all was talking about the mentor and the internet. Do you need a mentor? Yes and no, but you got to be careful where you get the information from. So if you're able to get up and travel and see these things, you can comprehend it better than anything else.
Drop that link again because we got a what you call another side of the coin that's speaking in the chat, making it fit. And I think he's a plumber or something, so he know about water and sinking and shit like that. So he's saying no, Welsh. The wooden boats made it across the Atlantic. So I get up here and talk because Welsh got control of the yard right now, bro. I'm giving you some props reading your shit in the joint, making it fit. But
he said cross the Atlantic. All right, now watch this. since you said they crossed the Atlantic with all the wooden boats and all that, do you know who was in control of Washington D.C. before George Washington? Because if you can't go into detail with that, then there's no way you're gonna be able to prove that. If you can't go into if you cannot go into detail about that,
I'm sure he heard you. I'm sure he probably typing in some shit. But yeah, on that note, if you talking about like Benjamin Banneker and them in the first government,
nah. I'm talking about way past that, way before that, way before that.
Okay,
way before that. See, and
what about them
Algonquians?
What about them Algonquians and shit like that?
You had some of them too. And even right before you had Haitians in Washington D.C. before George Washington, bro. See, and then they keep talking about this Christopher Columbus shit. Christopher Columbus ain't find shit. Them people ain't have navigation skills. Where they get it from?
So
I thought they looked at the stars. I thought they looked at the stars. That's how you.
Man.
I thought they look at they navigate by the skies. That's what I thought. I mean, I'm just shooting shit. I'm just talking to me correctly.
The school system want to take slavery out of the teachers, of the curriculum system. So if they're gonna do that, they might as well stop lying about Christopher Columbus.
Well, Supreme. Everything is coming out. Everything is it's just on the people who really paying attention to it and who not.
Lone Wolf said the Moors. Something about the Moors. If the Moors, that's Benjamin Banneker and them, right? They was Moors, right? The Moors.
So that's a whole. I ain't gonna get too much into that.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
But I just tell you this. If you look on my TikTok page, you will see a lot of. That's where I do a lot of my historical documents. If you look on my TikTok page, you will see something, because with the Moor topic, that's also a very touchy subject, because there's a lot of fake Moors and false information. So
yes, sir.
So again, if
and John T. Moore, because I've been trying to trace John T. Moore, and I'm thinking he was a Moore from that shit. I don't know, because he had them dogs. You know what I'm talking about, right? Welsh, John T. Moore.
But I'm gonna give you a little hint. It's split two different ways. That's why you got the 7-Eleven stores. If you know about the 7-Eleven story behind that, and then after how we started to give, white folks soap and teaching them how to bathe themselves, teaching them how to brush their teeth, cook, use season it, when again, if you haven't served in the Navy, Marines, if you haven't been on cruise ship on a regular basis, and you still talking about this wood and ship shit, you really don't understand how these waters work. And then speaking about the internet, turn on the internet and look
you ain't got to laugh at us though, man. You know you ain't got to laugh at us. We've been taught this shit. If we lost, nigga, help us out, goddammit. Hey, listen.
But see, Toyo, this is the thing. People say, well, show me this and that, but when you show them, they still in disbelief because of what they've been indoctrinated in. Now, it's certain people that I've been talking to for years that just now realize that everything I told them was the truth. Sometimes it takes years. Everybody taking information differently. But if you look up YouTube and you go look on these fishermen boats and these catches, I want you to really think to yourself, if a wooden ship is crossing that shit and not sinking. I like it's certain stuff but you should have to argue about.
I mean, I couldn't understand a lot of shit, but then when I seen them on them news clips of them motherfuckers hanging on them boats and getting over here any kind of way they can, they just putting shit together to get over here. But like you say, they ain't coming that far. But like
they're not going that far, bro.
I would be thinking a lot of that shit would have been crumbling up, but some of them people making it. Like I think even Pete Sparks got a story how he rode in a fucking inner tube or something over to Cuba. Where the Pete Sparks go?
That's an inner tube. That's an inner tube. You got a better chance.
I just made an inner tube up. I don't know how that nigga got over. I don't know how the fuck he floated wherever he floated. Motherfucker, P Sparks, salute P Sparks. P Sparks said he had to get out of Dodge, goddamn it. He rolled. Salute. Man, but I seen people, man, they showed them, like they showed the people coming from like places today to get over here. And some of them be on the side of the boat, hanging on the side of the boat. Like, how long was they doing that? So like I could dig what you saying as far as the waters and how they could break a boat up and shit. But like, I also be seeing little ass, like on TV, they be showing little canoes out there right beside them big ass whales. Where the fuck is they at? Why is they doing that? And,
but look how calm those waters are. I don't think you understand. I don't think y'all understand it. I really don't think y'all understand it.
I don't. I'm picturing it though.
I want you to look up the oceans that you have to cross. I want you to follow the slavery story and follow those oceans. I want you to look, mind you got YouTube now. You can see this shit. And I want you to tell, when you do it, we're going to talk about it tomorrow. And I want you to tell me if you really think those wooden ships got across that shit. When you see all those steel reinforced ships getting folded like pretzels, I want you to really think to yourself if all these people came across any wooden ships.
I can tell you now, that I see your point. I can tell you now that I can see your point of the waters can fuck some ships up, but it still doesn't erase me thinking that people, it just ain't enough. It just ain't enough, bro. It just ain't enough, right? Just the fact that you saying that some of the ships couldn't make it over here because of the water. I'm just humbly saying that ain't enough to make me think. Only reason because you might. I hope you ain't taking it offensive. Like I think you would be lying to me. No, it ain't that. It's just that if it was that easy to disprove, why would so many people still be fucking like saying it? They must got some type of other facts that show something else. If it was that easy to prove by the waters and the science of it, I think it would have been.
I gave you a hint, but you ain't catch it. I gave you a hint.
Give it to me again, man. You know I'm slow. Give it to me again, my nigga. I'm slow.
If you do your history on the Moors, you do this slavery story, you're going to see that this whole wooden ship shit is bullshit. If you do,
bet.
Again.
I got you. Real talk.
And then think about this. Everything, you got to realize when people conquer and take over, they always got a bunch of stuff to where they could show for once they gone and generations after them. Where the fuck is all these slave ships at? You got you got dinosaur. You got all these dinosaur fossils. So okay, all these wooden ships made it across this big ass ocean to where even naval vessels can't get across certain things. But you telling me these wooden ships got across it? Why they not displayed?
Man,
why they not displayed?
Talking about, man? What you talking about, bro? You saying that now listen, bro. Are you saying that our lineage does not include African slaves that were imported from Africa? You saying that,
bro? Why do y'all think Africans talk that way to what you call African Americans? They know the truth. They know them wooden ships ain't leave from over there and come over here. They know that.
Bro, they got slaves.
Why do you think they act like that?
Right now, they're still standing, bro. They have financial records. You know what I'm saying? They had insurance companies that had insurance on those slaves, bro. Do you know that? I believe that we are descendants from, number one, the African slaves that were brought over here from Africa. Number two, yes, there were Native American tribes that were darker. And yes, I believe that we did, mix in with them, you know what I'm saying, to a certain degree. And number three, we also have a large chunk of European blood in us because they were raping our women in mass. Crazy. Every day. Raping them like it wasn't nothing because they had the right to do it. So those are the three things. No, this solo. I believe those three things or those three lineages are what constitute today's foundational Black American. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely 100% believe that some of our ancestors were brought over here from Africa, bro.
All right. Solo. I got a question for you. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm gonna give you a question to answer. Where does the name European come from?
I don't know. I would assume Europe.
Okay, let me correct you on that. That's a black woman's name. So when you say you got European mixed with us, that's after we gave them Europe, my brother. That's why I say you have to know your information when you speaking on certain things. That is
Bro,
a black woman's name.
listen, now come on
What's
now,
that?
bro.
Was that Europa or something? Europa?
We have to speak not from the standpoint of a greater authority, but from as I mean, what am I trying to
That's
say?
it. But it's a
You positioning
black woman's
yourself as
name.
the master and me as the student. And it's like, I'm letting you know, I don't quite see you as a master right now, bro. So you got to kind of come to my level and see where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Before you assert yourself as an authority figure. Speak your opinion or speak what you see as facts, but don't present yourself as the authority figure, bro. Because
No, I only speak on what I could prove and when I could tell you to go research right now while you're talking to me, so we could continue this conversation. That name you're talking about belongs to a black woman. That section that you're talking about in Europe, that's where the Moors were. The Moors are black. So when you say European blood, you're talking about after we gave them Europe, what you're referring to is the white man. Europe used to be all black. And if you don't know what the Dark Ages meant, Dark Ages didn't mean that they were struggling. Dark Ages meant from when we was ruling everything. Most people think it's a dark period of time, and that's not correct. So again, when you say that's the same thing when y'all saying Staffy versus American Pit Bull Terrier. Just use that concept to see what I'm saying.
when I say
Staffy,
European,
American Pit Bull Terrier. You
go ahead, brother.
you meant the white man's DNA, but Europe, where the Moors were 711 AD, Europe belongs to us, big fella. If you pay attention to the movie Gladiator, they also tell you that in the movie Gladiator.
Are
There's
you
a
a
bunch
member
of
of
hints
the
out there.
Moorish Science Temple? Do you believe in the Moorish Science Temple concepts?
I ain't gonna really get too much into the Moorish Science Temple thing, but um, yeah, I'm just saying. You said because of the breeding and where Europeans came from us. That's our shit. That's my point. I'm no master, but I only speak facts and what I can prove. I've been doing this a long time. I even do public speeches. There's a lot that y'all don't see about me that's on Facebook and all that shit. I don't show that side. The ones who know this shit. So if I tell you something, it's not to steer you wrong. It's for you to do your research and for you to know the truth. So when we talk about Europe, it comes from a black woman, just like California. The name. See, name and numbers rule the world. If you don't know the truth, the origin about the name, you never gonna know the truth about it.
So if I get on Ancestry.com, right, and they break down my DNA, you know what I'm saying, it's telling me that I'm a certain percentage sub-Saharan African, I'm a certain percentage Caucasian, and I'm a certain percentage Native American. Would you say that Ancestry.com genealogy report is not true?
Most of it's not. Because again, okay, I'm glad you said that. Caucasian. What does Caucasian mean to you?
The white people that we call white people. That I believe the name comes from the Caucasus Mountains.
Okay, let me give you another little jewel. Not all of them consider themselves Caucasian. Did you know
I'm not
that?
saying what they necessarily consider themselves. I'm saying that's what's in my genealogy. You know what I mean? My people come from Mississippi. They were enslaved down in Mississippi, and you know the people that they are enslaved by, Caucasian, European, whatever you call them, they inserted themselves into the bloodline through rape or through intermixing, and then the majority of it say sub-Saharan African descent though. So I mean, I'm not the DNA report thing, so I can't tell you it's 100% accurate, but I do without a doubt believe that my ancestry consists of African slaves brought over here. I believe a certain percentage of Native American mixed in, and I believe that the Caucasian or the Europeans who enslaved, my ancestors mixed themselves in,
Oh,
So
oh, oh,
Cause you can even see it, bro.
See,
I can see my grandma. I can see she was a red bone. You can see that she had something else in her. You can see the white in my grandma.
okay, see, I gotta,
in me.
Solo,
You know
Solo,
man, look, man.
Solo,
I mean,
Solo, 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 Solo,
Hey, I love the
Solo,
cookout. I love the cookout. Y'all gotta
Solo,
love the cookout, goddamn it.
Solo,
Love the cookout.
Solo,
You know what I'm saying? My granddaddy
Solo.
was a black African-looking nigga.
Okay, matter.
My grandma was a little
Hold
red
on.
bone, bro. Different hair
Now
texture.
watch this. Now watch this. Now watch this.
Hey,
Watch this.
hey, hold
Now,
on. Hey, well, hey, y'all, time out, man. We got 5 minutes left before the end of the show, man. Y'all gotta wrap it up, man. We can't be going 10, 15 minutes over, man. So y'all
well,
need to
nah,
start
big.
making y'all
Hey,
rounds.
this for you though. This for you though. Now.
We gotta make our rounds, bro. You gotta open up a whole nother door, man.
No. I was gonna cut it short because just like with the samurai thing, a lot of people was asking. I remember when the whole samurai thing started. People was like, "Well, why he name it samurai?" What most people don't know, in order to be a samurai, you had to have nigga in your blood. But today, when you look at the movies and you see ninjas and samurais, most of them are white Chinese Asian people. So if you don't know your history, you wouldn't have known that originally you had to have Negro in your blood in order to put on that suit. So when he said about the red bone and all of that, that still all of that comes from us. That has nothing to do with no slavery type.
Hey, let's try to save it. Save it for the next cookout. Save it for the bar.
Hey, I want to let Non-Stop get his little say. Not little say. My bad, Non-Stop. I ain't mean it like that, bro. Hey,
oh no,
yeah.
Hey, y'all already, you about to be through anyway.
We ready to be over. Lil J say who drunk all the damn beer. Lil J say who drunk all the damn beer, goddammit. Y'all heard what I said. Lil J say who drunk all the goddamn beer.
But no, we definitely
y'all say this shit for the bar, man. Say this shit for the bar, yo. Y'all say this shit for the bar. I love the cookout though. I love the cookout.
This is dope though, man, because it ain't you know what I'm saying. It's always more to be said, man. So we gotta cook on this tomorrow, man. I had to step back and let y'all do y'all thing, man.
What we go? What we go?
Yeah. You know what it is, man. And then we always got men at work too. You know what I'm saying? It goes down. But hey, man, you know what it is, man. We got that Digital Dog Show coming up at the end of the month, man, with over $600 in cash prizes. It is free to enter. So what you doing, man? If you like to gamble, shoot, put your dog out there, man, on some legitimate things, man. We gonna vote legally over this internet, man, and you gonna see it, and we gonna showcase these dogs, man. And you might get something for it, man. But other than that, man, if you ain't a member, I don't know what you're doing, man. Hey, Toyo, what's happening?
Oh yeah, man. Salute, man. I love y'all for coming to the cookout. I'm sorry we had to cut y'all short, man. Y'all just take y'all to go plates and shit. And hopefully y'all show up tomorrow. Y'all can pick up again tomorrow because it was a lot of jewels getting ready to be dropped. And I don't want y'all to think y'all being slighted or whatever. But got to take this time and rock and roll. So go ahead and make y'all rounds, please.
Hey, Toyo, on the cool, you on to something with this, man. You brought up some good conversations, man. I already see the cookout going down tomorrow. But hey, man, where can they find you at? Non-Stop, man. Where can they find you at, bro?
Oh shoot, y'all can find me on Dogman TV, Bulldog with both on Thursdays and Sundays.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Solo, what's happening, bro?
Hey, man, I enjoyed the little chop it up that we did get the chance to do, man. We're going to do it a lot more. Brother Welsh, I just want you to know ain't nothing personal, bro. We just chopped it up, man. And all the other brothers, man, salute. And I'm going to try to tap in early at tomorrow's cookout so we can hopefully get the grill back fired up and leave back off on the tangent that we left off today.
Hey, man, that boy Toyo always be doing something special, man. Hey, Welsh, what's going on? Where can we find you at, bro?
Shit, y'all find me on here, man. But listen, though, check me out on TikTok, El Chongo Macho. That's one of my, I'm turning that into a historical page. So, Solo, go ahead and check me out on that, big fella, so we continue tomorrow, big fella.
Yeah, man. And Supreme, what's going down, bro?
I'm outside, man. I'm like,
yeah,
Supreme rolling up.
Yeah. Supreme said he don't play. Say he had to drop out of kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? Because they had recess. But we out though. You know what I'm saying, man? You know what it is. We got Elevated Perspective coming up next, man. And you know, we're gonna look at it through Elevator's eyes. Let's see what he talking about today.
Yeah. Beat drop slow, head not flow. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Started with Boogeyman, ghost in the chain, locked in the game, never move for fame. Old mountain lions run deep in the flame. Sock about the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then came Fat Boy, muscle in the frame. Man, hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but a bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, running straight through the rain. Red Ninja close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sock it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second with the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Second from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die.